They are called Europe's most powerful dynasty. Their name is rarely spoken, yet their wealth and power stretches across the continent of Europe and beyond. With multiple companies and investments worth hundreds of billions of dollars, their influence shapes global markets and politics. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We are going to explore the richest European family, the Wallenberg, but before moving ahead, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. In 1837, the United States faced a serious economic crisis. Cotton prices dropped, crop harvest decreased, and inflation increased sharply. The situation was so bad that many banks and businesses failed, and unemployment numbers went up. It was really bad for the US at the time, but this crisis taught important lessons about how banks and governments should manage money. That same year, a Swedish naval officer named André Oscar Wallenberg visited the US. He saw how chaotic the American banking system was. This inspired him to think of ways to improve the banking system in his own country, Sweden. The 19th century banking industry had fewer regulations. This gave André Wallenberg the freedom to start a modern bank in Sweden. With careful planning and colleague help, he founded Stockholms Enskilda Bank in 1856. This bank changed the banking system in Sweden forever. Swedish banks were very old-fashioned back then. It was hard to move money around, and they didn't pay much interest to savers. Most importantly, they didn't lend the money people deposited to businesses that needed capital to grow. Sweden was undergoing rapid industrial growth. This created a surge in new businesses and infrastructure projects, all needing financial backing. However, existing banks at the time couldn't keep up with the demand. The Stockholms Enskilda Bank, SEB, encouraged ordinary Swedish people to open savings accounts. These accounts offered good interest rates, so customers could earn money by keeping their savings in the bank. However, customers didn't know that their money wasn't just sitting safely in the bank. During Sweden's industrial growth period, Wallenberg used those deposits to give out loans to people and businesses. This lending plan made SEB a lot of money and helped the bank quickly become the leader in the Swedish financial sector. Through their banking business, the Wallenberg family became very wealthy and powerful in Sweden. Many Swedish people had their savings in Wallenberg banks and also borrowed money from them. This meant that people often owed money to the Wallenbergs, while also having their savings with them. Many worked in companies that the Wallenbergs owned or funded to repay their loans. This happened because the Wallenberg family's financial network allowed them to invest large sums in Swedish businesses. This strategy strengthened their position within the Swedish economy, as many workers became employed by Wallenberg-owned or associated companies. As a result, the family gained significant wealth and power both within Sweden and internationally. Initially, the Wallenberg family focused on buying large portions of many Swedish companies, which they saw as a way to modernize Swedish society. They were involved in various industries, including railways, manufacturing, and international businesses. However, in 1916, the Swedish government became concerned about such concentrated economic power. They passed a law limiting banks' ability to hold long-term shares in industrial companies. To navigate these restrictions, they created Investor AB, a company that took ownership of many of their bank's industrial holdings. This strategy helped them retain control, and by the 1970s, the Wallenberg family managed a significant portion of Sweden's workforce and the overall stock market. Before World War II, the Wallenbergs succeeded in many banking areas. Once the war began, they faced a choice. Would it be more profitable to side with the Allies or Germany? Ultimately, like the Rothschild family, the Wallenbergs chose to maintain business ties with both sides of the conflict. Germany faced potential economic sanctions and loss of assets during the war. The Allied forces, Britain and America, needed banking support in Europe to fund their military campaigns. The Wallenberg family saw an opportunity. One Wallenberg brother worked with the Allies in London and New York, offering their bank services. Another brother positioned himself in Berlin. The Wallenbergs purchased important German companies like Bosch, which supplied the military. They claimed this was done to prevent the Allies from seizing these companies. However, instead of operating these businesses, the Wallenbergs made secret agreements with the original owners. These deals promised that the companies would be returned after the war. The family participated in black market activities and money laundering, profiting from both sides of the war. The Wallenbergs remain a powerful business force today. Ericsson, a multinational telecom company under their control, was found to have bribed a terrorist organization in the Middle East to continue operating in Iraq. Since the 2014 Russian invasion of Ukraine, companies with Wallenberg investments, such as Atlas Copco and SKF, have reportedly continued to supply equipment used in Russia's nuclear weapons initiatives. These actions highlight the complexities and sometimes controversial nature of decisions made by the family to protect their extensive business holdings. Due to their huge portfolio of holdings, it's difficult to pinpoint the exact net worth of the entire Wallenberg family. However, some estimates put their combined wealth at around $46 billion. Unlike some wealthy families, the Wallenbergs don't simply pass down their fortune to a few chosen heirs. Instead, they manage most of their money through family-run organizations. Different family members supervise these organizations and the businesses they control. This prevents any single person from spending everything. The Wallenbergs also require all heirs to have real-world job experience before taking leadership roles. This careful approach is very different from what happened with the Vanderbilt family. Both families became wealthy around the same time, but they chose opposite ways to handle their money. Cornelius Vanderbilt gave almost everything to just one son. While this made the family even richer at first, it didn't last. Later generations spent heavily on luxury, and within 50 years of Cornelius's death, the huge $200 billion fortune was gone. What do you think about Wallenbergs? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. To get more videos like these, make sure to subscribe to our channel. We will see you in the next one.